Are you looking for some of that quality outdoor decor? But you got no freaking idea where to go? Oh, come on over to Samurai Aquatics and Decor for all your outdoor decor needs. Got yourself an empty plot of boring virtual real estate in the Metaverse, do you? Yeah, just delete that. I'm still not ready, sorry. Got yourself an empty plot of boring virtual real estate in the Metaverse, do you? Or maybe some kind of crappy ramshackle building that, I don't know, needs a bit of extra spunk to it or something. And stop mucking about and get yourself over to Samurai Aquatics Discord to see all our available stock. We've got loads of different decor to spend your pretend money on. We got saunas to fire you up and ice baths to chew you the fudge out. Literally stock coming out of our ears. Grills, swings, seating and more. So much more. And if we don't got it, give us a buzz and we could probably make it. Get yourself on over to Samurai Aquatics at 30 Aqua Vista Way in Midtown Terrace, San Francisco, lickety split, and gorge yourself on outdoor decor.
The Whine and Cheese show is a Metaverse and NFT discussion and interview series brought to you by Metaverse Ventures Entertainment and host BEN68 and Morecheese. Warning: the information and opinions within are solely the views of the individuals involved, contains content not suitable for anyone.
One is a wanker, one's slinging stunts, one's from Australia, one's from the Bronx.
Snack size.
All right, moving on to Cointelegraph.com. We've got NFTs will be as disruptive as Bitcoin was 10 years ago, says Kraken executive. Kraken is one of the major cryptocurrency exchanges. So it says here, Jonathan Miller, who is the managing director of the Kraken exchange in Australia, says despite NFT volumes plunging, the company remains bullish on the NFT space. Yeah, well, as we just said, now's the time to be bullish. NFT trading volumes may have dropped nearly 98% since January. That is a winter. Oof, love it.
Wow.
But several industry executives tell Cointelegraph that it's nothing to fear as the technology continues to develop and mature. These kind of drops, this kind of crypto winter, it's absolutely necessary. We need to shake out. We need to shake out the false projects, the stuff that's just hype that has no substance to it, and these sorts of drops do that. It also helps to shake out some of the paper hands that are playing with it on the other side of the coin. So yeah, these are very essential kind of things. Who did we talk to recently? I think it might have been City Runner, one of the Portage Park crew that, or maybe, apologies if it wasn't you, but we were talking to somebody and they bought some crypto when it was at the peak and they've just watched it plummet. Maybe
oh yeah, that was City Runner.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, if you're gonna dive in and just panic sell and fall out, then ultimately that's good for the overall health of the economy. It's not good for you as an individual, but yeah, you only lose if you sell.
Look what happened to wax. Like it went from $1 to now what, 0.10 cents?
Yeah.
8 cents.
Yeah. And it's one of those, like I've just said there, you only lose if you sell. But then we just saw with the manna and the sand graphs, like on that pump, you're going to be kicking yourself if you didn't sell at least a percentage of your holdings to get yourself back into playing with house money.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, never all in, never all out.
Yeah,
and have a plan. That's probably the most important thing. Anyhow, I'm dragging us wildly off track with non-financial advice. So he says, despite NFT market activity and sales volume having slowed down in September, we are still seeing positive adoption signals at an institutional level. Yep, and continued growth in use cases. So yeah, again, it's about building the foundations. He's particularly intrigued by JP Morgan signing a lease using the technology, this is NFTs, as well as hearing the news that the Vatican has opened an NFT gallery. Wow. Wow. He
That's
acknowledged,
awesome.
Yeah, he, however, acknowledged that the NFT industry is still in its infancy, absolutely, and that the biggest barrier to mass adoption is nightmare user experiences, saying that it is very hard to say to someone who wants digital art that you have to install a wallet and you have to onboard with that exchange. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, mass adoption is not going to come through having to sign up wallets. Like we've talked about that all through the history of this show. Mass adoption, in my mind, mass adoption is going to come through things like Upland, where you don't even have a clue that you're playing a blockchain NFT game. You've just downloaded an app on your phone and yada, 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 you're playing a game, or it may be some kind of Instagram-y thing, or who knows, it'll be some kind of app or whatever. It may be the case where it's bureaucracy based, like you go and renew your driver's license and this, that, and the other thing. Yeah. The mass adoption is not going to come from people buying Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs for millions of dollars on OpenSea.
Yeah.
And then doing their ass when we go in the next crypto winter. That's not what it's going to be. So, yeah. The Kraken executive said that it has been a top priority for them to make that process smoother. Again, that goes to Upland, like we see with city releases. Like, think of the hell we've been through as far as the crash and burns we've had with city releases, which are essentially, you can think of those as pack drops almost, you know, and how smooth they've become now. Like, what are breaking records, like 60 NFTs minted per second or something crazy. Or it might have been even more. I think it was, what were they, in the thousands or something stupid. I don't know.
Really stupid.
Don't quote me on those numbers. He says here, John Stefanidis, CEO and founder of the NFT gaming platform Balthazar DAO, told Cointelegraph that the trading downfall is not significant in the grand scheme of NFTs, as people need to understand that NFTs are more than just photos. Yeah, absolutely. That's where a lot of the disconnect is. A lot of the FUD is, oh man, I can just screenshot that and then I've paid $1 million. Yeah, you're just totally missing the point. And I just say, if, like, I get that, not all the time, but it has come up to me in real life conversations, you know, where people ask, what do you do on this, that, and the other thing? And that kind of gets said, oh, NFTs, you know, you can just screenshot that. And I was like, okay, go and take a screenshot of Jeff Bezos's bank account. Are you a bazillionaire? No, you're not. So, you know, it doesn't mean dick unless you actually have it, unless you actually own it. He believes that this has potential to stabilize, meaning the drop, the market more, saying that whenever there is horizontal growth, people diversify and pull back, and we're going to see a more gradual growth in NFTs. And again, it's very important that that happens. We're still not at a point of maturity in the NFT market. We're still going to see people buy. We're still going to see people buy a rock for $1 million. Yes.
Wow.
People are just going to chase the speculation. That's all just part of. I don't think we're even at infancy stage. I think we're still at bloody amoeba stage. We're still, you know, slime in the evolutionary scale of things. I think it's still all. I think we're just still trying to find, you know, what are going to be the multicellular organisms or whatever, so we can start crawling out of the swamp. So we'll see. Yeah, I think that's a good comparison piece to the one we just touched on. Yeah. I mean, ultimately, you either believe in the foundations of what this is all headed towards, what it is headed towards, and if you have the capacity to do so, maybe you might put in some long-term financial plays for that, or you don't. And if you don't believe in it and you're just riding that speculative, if you're riding those speculative candles, man, you need to be prepared to just do your ass. Don't invest more than you're willing to lose. So.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Empire samurai, ride on the dingo, flying through the sky. Cheese in the house, get active right. Hit you with the hairbrush, hit you with the knife. Evil Empire samurai, ride on the dingo, flying through the sky. Hit you with the knife. flying through the sky. Eagle and fire, samurai, riding on the dingo, flying through the sky. Cheese in the house, get off the ride. Hit you with the hairbrush, hit you with the knife. Eagle and fire, samurai, riding on the dingo, flying through the sky. Hit you with the knife, flying through the sky.
Time for wine and cheese.